Hi, this is Richard Quack here, coming to you live from Malaysia. I would like to welcome you to my weekly live video. And in today's session, I'm going to talk about 7 ways to make people like you. All right, this is about marketing. Of course, it is about persuasion. So the topic is 7 ways to make people like you. Now, I'm sure you heard this statement before. The quality of your life is the quality of your communication. Is that true? All right. How your life is going to turn out, it depends on your communication with other people. All right. So it's so important to realize that communication is one of the things that can make you successful. All right. It is about persuasion, skill, and so on. All right. Now, basically, I'm going to talk about Dale Carnegie. Have you heard about Dale Carnegie? He was the one who authored the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. So basically, I'm going to take these points, these 7 points from his book. All right. So basically, I'm going to take the point from his book and explain to you what are the 7 ways to make people like you. So, are you ready for this? Okay, you are ready for this? Then let's begin. Number one, become genuinely interested in other people. This is very important. All right, you got to look at other people and be genuinely interested in other people. When you are interested in other people, they will like you as well. They'll be interested in you as well. So how to do that? Ask them questions. Important is to ask questions. All right, ask questions relating to them. Number two, when talking, look into their eyes. This is important, all right? A lot of people, when they talk to somebody, their eye is everywhere else. That means you're not paying attention. So basically, if you want to become genuinely interested in other people, then basically, when you talk to people, look them into their eyes. That is important. And the last thing is be in the present moment. Be in the present moment. What it means is that pay attention when they talk to you. I see a lot of people, they don't pay attention. You know what they do? When they talk to somebody, they are on the phone, messaging, WhatsApp or whatever. Then you are not in the present moment. That means you don't give attention to the person you are talking to. So one of the things that you must do is become genuinely interested in other people. That's the first one. Okay. The second thing is, believe it or not, smile. A simple smile can melt the heart. All right, just smile. When you see people, when you talk to people, give them a smile. All right, a genuine smile. All right, now I want to ask you, all right, when you're queuing up in the supermarket, let's say you're queuing up to go into the supermarket, and there is a lady carrying a small little baby, and what happens is that the baby look at you and give you a smile. How do you feel? Your heart will melt, all right? You will want to touch the baby because so a smile, is so important. It tells you, I love you, I like you, I respect you. Isn't it true? So remember, smile is very important and it doesn't cost you anything whatsoever. So what is important is smile. Every time smile. When you confront people, when you're in front of somebody, smile. Okay, that's the second one. The third one, a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Okay, it is the most important sound in any language whatsoever. So people's name are very, very important. So make sure that you remember people's name. Memorize the name. When you meet somebody for the first time, make sure that, later on you meet them, you remember their name. Of course, there are strategies how to remember name, but I'm not going to talk about it here. But it is important that, you pay attention to people's name. All right? How do you like it when somebody meet you a week ago and later on today meet you and call you, hi, how are you? I mean, if they call you by your name, isn't it more impressive? That means you remember them, you care about them. That's what it means, all right? So a person's name is very important. Now, what's the fourth point? Be a good listener. This is very important. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves, and listen. You see, most of the time when we talk to people, before they finish what they want to say, you're already preparing to answer them. All right, so basically, you're not really, listening to people. Okay, so what you want to be is a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. And you know what? When you listen to people, you give them psychological air. That means you respect them. Because a lot of people, they don't have a chance to tell the events, the story to people. So when you sit down and listen to them, it's very important. That's why Dale Carnegie says in his book, the greatest conversationalist is the person who listens. That's all. The greatest conversationalist is the person who simply just listen. That's all. So be a good listener. Isn't it true? I think this is very important. Be a good listener. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, talk in terms of the other people's interests. Okay, everybody have got interest. So when you meet with somebody, or if you're prepared to meet somebody, do your homework and find out what is the interest of that person. And when you meet the person, talk about his or her interest. For example, if the person interest is golfing, right? So you got to find out a little bit about golfing. When you go there, talk about golfing, because that will strike the chord, all right? Because that is what the person is interested in. All right, so talk in terms of the other person's interest. That's very important. Don't talk about your interest. Your interest may be something different from the other person, but you have to talk. If you want to be able to influence them, persuade them, and make them like you, then basically you got to talk about their interest. So in most cases, you got to do your homework before you meet up with them. Find out about them, what they do, and so on. Okay, that's very, very important. Number 6, make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. People like to feel important. You see, most of the people, they don't get encouragement, okay, from people throughout the whole life. All they get is discouragement. So if somebody comes along and encourage them and say good things about them, but sincerely, all right, they will like you. Okay, so make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Praise them sincerely. All right, praise them sincerely. If you find that they have done something good, or they have some sort of capability, praise them. All right, congratulate them for work well done. If they do something, well, then congratulate them. Especially if they are your employee. Most employee, they don't even congratulate their employee. All right, but if the employee do something wrong, that's a problem. Okay, they will start shouting and pointing out all the problems. So congratulate them for the work well done. It is a matter of just your approach. That's all. Care about people. Show empathy and so on. Make the other person feel important. All right. Talk about them as well. Talk about them. When people talk about you, do you feel good? Of course, you feel good when people talk about you. All right. So it's important to realize that, if you feel the same way, then talk about other people as well. Okay. Now, lastly, the 7th point. This is very, very important. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. This is so, so important. When you meet people, don't complain, don't criticize, or don't condemn them or somebody else. Are you with me? A lot of people, they start condemning, criticizing somebody else. All right? When you talk to somebody, don't have that habit. All right? Don't have that habit, because nobody in the world likes to be criticized. Even the criminals like Tugan Crowley, he never said that he's a criminal. Although, he shoot a lot of people, policemen and other people, without any second thought at all. He's a murderer. But, to him, he said that he's a nice person, he's a good person, and then he's helping the world. You see, nobody likes to be complained about or criticized or condemned. Even the greatest criminal of all, they have the same idea. They think they are good, they are doing the world a good, So basically, if they don't like to be complained, condemned, all right, or criticized, so other people as well. So remember that. Okay, so this is very important topic today. 7 ways to make people like you. If you want to find out more, please get the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay, let me summarize for you here. Number 1, become genuinely interested in other people. Okay. Number 2, smile. Number 3, a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language whatsoever. So always remember name. Number 4, be a good listener. All right. Dale Carnegie himself said that, the greatest conversationalist is the person who just listen. Number 5, talk in terms of the other person's interest. Number 6, make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. All right. Number 7, don't criticize, condemn, or complain. That is so important. So that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something here. It is very important, not only in business or marketing, even in relationship as well. Okay, in any relationship, because the quality of the life is the quality of your communication. If you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. Okay, I thank you for your time that you spent with me here. I will see you again for another session of my live video on Monday. So this is Richard Quek from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.